happens next, Lou? Do you keep one? Do you keep both? Who do you keep if you choose just the one?
I'm torn. Obviously, Trae is someone I've worked with. I've been part of the Hawks organization. I was a part of that Eastern Conference Finals run. And the core of that group is still there, you know, and so I want to see them be successful. I think they had the tools to do it. I don't know what went wrong. You know, I don't know what went wrong, whether it was a chemistry thing or trying to work in Quentin Snyder or what. So it's a touchy thing for me. I want to see Trae be a lifelong Hawk.
Yeah.
I think he's deserved that. He's done probably everything that he can do, being in the position that he's been in, that he's been put in to lead a team, to be the face of an organization, be the face of the city. You know, Trae Young, we consider him in Atlanta one of us. You know, one of our guys, and Dejounte has come in and given the Hawks, you know, a spark, something to be excited for. But they hadn't figured it out together as a unit. Personally, I would like to see them try it one more time. I understand that's not how this business works, especially when you've seen a level of success and you know that your team is capable of it, and you know they fall short of that. Some decisions have to be made. So I'm just going to be a fan in this one and just see what happens.
See what happens.
But I would love for Trae and Dejounte to get another opportunity, another crack at it. But, you know, this business isn't a patient one. So
it's
I'm
an
sure something will happen.
It's like a weird dilemma. I mean, you hear the Trae Young rumors, whether or not any of that even comes to fruition. Chandler, if you were GM, do you give it one more shot? Do you make a move?
I probably shop both of them and just see what I can get. But you look at Trae Young's numbers this year, the dude averaged like 26, 11, and 3. So whatever it is, if it's personality-wise, if it's the history that he's had with his coaches, his teammates, I don't know what it is, but the kid is a hooper, right? And I played with him as well in Atlanta my last year. He's a good dude. I think every year he gets older, he's going to mature more and adapt. I think he came in as such an electric scorer and shooter, and, you know, focus a little bit more on that. But he's a really good dude. He's a good teammate. And I think his time has just ran its course in Atlanta. I'd like to see him somewhere else. Honestly, he's so talented. And again, this year he gets a raw deal from media, from everybody, because he's not a bad guy and he always produces. And he might not be the most efficient player, but he's fun to watch. He's excited, and he's an absolute hooper. So whether it's in Atlanta or not, I'm cheering for Trae Young because I really do like him. But the Hawks, just in general, they confuse me because you look at their team. Even last night, I mean, they were missing Okongwu, Sadiq Bey, Jalen Johnson, and A.J. Griffin's been out for a long time. Those are all valuable players. So it's not like this like a dumpster fire in Atlanta where they need to panic and rebuild. They have the assets. They have DeAndre Hunter and Bogey and Capella. They have so much talent. They have 10, 11, 12 players deep on this talent that you would think would transition into wins this year, and it just didn't. And they had some guys in and out of the lineup. So I don't think they need to panic. I do think they move a couple of those pieces that a lot of other teams would like, and you can get a lot back for. So depending on the market, what it is for Trae, what it is for Dejounte, what you can get for either of them, I think you take a good look at it. But they're in no position really to panic because they have so much talent. They're young. They have bigs. They have guards. They have scorers. And they have a lot of assets that other teams want. So I think they're in an okay position, but I definitely expected a way better season this year from them.
I guess there's no harm, no foul in shopping around and just seeing, right? I mean, that's always seems like the smart move to do.
Anytime you have the talent that they have, two guys, one guy on a max contract, one guy on a significant $100 million contract, and you fall short of expectations, and what's their record? 20-31 with those two guys in the lineup together. You have to evaluate everything. I think the Hawks are going to take some time, really go through meetings internally, and figure out what's the best course of action. We know they shopped Dejounte Murray at the trade deadline. They had discussions with several teams, including the Lakers at the deadline, did not move him. But I think when you look at Trae Young's future, when you look at Dejounte Murray's future, clearly something is going to have to give in Atlanta. The one thing, though, to keep an eye on is Quinn Snyder. That aspect, he just finished his second season in Atlanta. He's got, I believe, 3 years left on his contract at $8 million per year. There's been some conversation around the league. What's his status like? He's committed there. He's going to be there. And his relationship with Trae Young has been strong. So where does that leave this organization as they make these hard decisions? This is going to be an important offseason for Landry Fields in that front office.
I mean, he has those sweet red frames. He's committed to the uniform and the color scheme, and I appreciate that from him. If you trade, like, is there a world or a team, let's just play hypotheticals, if you do decide to trade Dejounte and or Trae Young, Are there teams you'd rather see them go to?
Hypothetically speaking, I would like to see a reunion with Dejounte, Pop, and
Wow.
Wemby. I think that'll be a nice.
Interesting.
I think that'll be a nice start to get some veteran guys around Wemby. Gives him a scorer, gives him a guy that's going to defend, and just like you said, another dynamic player that can go out there and help Wemby win some games. I would like to see that reunion.
What about you, Chandler?
Yeah, I like that. I like the Spurs, and I like the Orlando Magic. They're going to have a lot of flexibility. They have a lot of money. They kind of need a point guard to play with Franz Wagner and Paolo. So I like both of them there. He could easily go to a bad team. Detroit has a lot of money. Utah, Toronto. What's crazy is Oklahoma City have a lot of assets and $35 million this summer. So it's crazy. I don't think either of them are a fit with SGA and Jalen Williams, but it's just crazy that they have that much money. But there's a lot of opportunities out there, but the two big ones for me are San Antonio and Orlando, because I think that's the need that the team needs, and I think it'd be a good fit.
Chandler, that's for either or Dejounte.
Honestly, I think if there's one person that could really get through to Trae Young, it's Pop. I honestly, as good as Dejounte was there, I like Trae Young to San Antonio. Put him with Wemby, the way he passes, the way he shoots the ball, and can expand the floor for him, and with those other assets with Vassell and Keldon Johnson and Sohan. I love Trae Young there. Obviously, Dejounte's been there. He's comfortable. He can fit there too, but I like either of them to either of those two teams. I think they'd be more successful there than both back in Atlanta.
All right, we're gonna stay on you on that one, Shams. I imagine that's gonna be a fun offseason to keep an eye on.